Plenty of rotation for Spurs, and with so many fixtures in the coming weeks, that is no surprise. Pelly McDermott, who was a big fixture at the back of the under-21 season last time around, replaces Malachi Hardy. Ty Ashcroft starts at left back. Rio Kaya-Matson gets his reward for a goal from the bench on Monday, and Reece Elliott-Paris steps up from the under-18s to start here for the under-21s. Well, the standout name in the lineup is definitely Rak-Saki. He was on loan in the Championship with Sheffield United last season, having had a breakout season on loan with Charlton in League One the season before. On the wing, Rio Cardenas is a full international with Trinidad and Tobago. And Zach Marsh, the number 9, scored a hat-trick against our under-18s 2 seasons back. So it will be interesting to see how he's developed. Palace gets us started then here at the Lamex. Spurs under-21s against Crystal Palace under-21s. The second game of the season. The first one often does set the tone for the campaign. And in that 5-3 win against Sunderland on Monday, there was a lot to get excited about. The question really here tonight is whether or not that was a one-off. As Iro tries to get onto the ball, and now it's Rio Kaya-Matson. And there's the first shot of the game. It's straight at the goalkeeper, but it's very positive from the Spurs number 8. A wonderful driving run, picked up the pieces. Effort, though, was a comfortable catch in the end. Pelly McDermott is back in the lineup. Had to be really patient with his body over the last couple of years, but he was a big player for the under-21s last season. Good to see him back. Now Yusuf Akanrich gliding along the right-hand side, and a chance to go for goal for Callum Olasese. Love the confidence, but it's over the top. Well, Olasese was really good in that opening fixture. And this is positivity just over the top of the bar, though. Harrison Lee is the Palace goalkeeper. His clearance away. And Akanrich tidies things up. And here is Junaid Byfield. Brilliant interview with him on Spurs Play after what has been a super couple of months with Spurs for Junaid Byfield. On the bench in the Super Cup, but also featuring for the first team in a friendly match against Luton, and played for the under-21s for the first time competitively in the game on Monday. There was a slight mistake for one of the goals, but otherwise an almost faultless performance, and you have to remember that he's only 16. Chases on. Reece Elliott-Paris, who leads the line here, in a big night for him. Well, he doesn't get close to the goalkeeper on this occasion. And he gets a chance to turn here. Reece Elliott-Paris poking the ball towards Olasese, can't find his man. It really does demonstrate there is an opportunity, though, in that number 9 position this season. Palace are away here, there is no flag, and there are runners in the middle, and Zach Marsh, who scored a hat-trick against our under-18s 2 seasons ago, makes his mark early on. 3 on the clock. Spurs 0, Palace 1.
Opening goal for Crystal Palace, scored by number 9, Zach Marsh.
Well, it was a problem on Monday night when Sunderland's number 9 scored 3. A high defensive Spurs line, easy to unpick, and Zach Marsh sends in a simple finish. Well, this is a sign that it might not be an easy night here for Spurs, and it's now time to understand perhaps why that happened. Byfield not so happy with those around him. Does have that leadership capability. Well, Spurs showed us on Monday they are very capable of scoring goals. I won't worry too much here, but it's a sign they're not going to get absolutely everything their own way. Well, that is well intercepted by the fullback, who is Benamar, England under 17 international. So if you've been following Mikey Moore at all whilst watching the England under 17s, you may have seen him. Mikey Moore, one of a clutch of the under 21 players who've moved out and are now on loan. A real credit to the coaching staff within the academy, the success that we've seen over the last couple of years, and the players who are out on loan at very good clubs in the Football League and Scotland and elsewhere. Byfield started life with Spurs as a centre forward, and you'll often see him making runs and playing passes you wouldn't necessarily expect from a centre-back, but he's got a slightly different background than you might imagine. Williams-Barnett chipping one forward onto the chest of Rhys Elliott-Paris, and brought on by Rosewell. Olasese just seems to have a lot more confidence this season, and Ashcroft tried to play the pass out to Iro, bit too quick for him. Different night for Ollie Iro too, after he, for the most part last season, but also on Monday, played at centre forward. His more natural home, you might say, came through with the under-18s as a winger, and he's on the left wing, wearing 11 this evening. Williams-Barnett trying to navigate his way through midfield. Spurs have lost it here. It was really interesting to watch Luca Williams-Barnett in that game against Sunderland on Monday, wondering when players do make the step up, as he's done from the under-18s, how will they manage that? How comfortable are they? And so often he is a player that relies on instinct, but he played really intelligently, picked up a number of wonderful positions, and scored a very lovely goal as well. Olasese out towards Rosewell. Camrich holding position on the right-hand side. Was asked to play a number of roles last season. Right back, left wing. And looks as though, based on the first couple of games, that right wing slot will be his. Although, of course, at academy level, there is often a lot of switching around. Agbenone on the break for Crystal Palace, and switching to Cardenas here on the right-hand side. Driving effort, giving Gunter something to think about. And the Spurs #1 does well to top that one over the bar. Well, it looked dangerous as soon as the ball came to Cardenas here. Gunter acrobatically pushing away. Crystal Palace corner. Lifted into a good area. Gunter punching sends away. And Spurs have seen enough of that and hook over the halfway line. The conversation within the Lamex is Well, certainly heavily surrounding that goal. The suggestion is it may have been offside. Did look as though it's a slightly offside goal, but the goal stands. The officials have given that one. I couldn't say conclusively from the angle where I am. Well, we knew that this would be a more difficult test for the under-21s than the one on Monday night against Sunderland, although Sunderland are also a very good team at this level. Crystal Palace reaching the semi-finals last season of the Premier League 2 playoffs. And they look organised. And they look as though they have a spring in their step. Luka Gunter with a clearance away that will come straight back. Iro's header. Didn't really get enough on it to find a teammate. Roswell. Camrich has found Williams-Barnett. He's done well here to hold off the challenge, but he has had to go home, back towards the halfway line. England under 18 international, Olasese across towards Ashcroft. And a Camrich. Rosewell is the runner, and he has overcooked that by quite a bit in the end. Fired up into the stand behind the goal here at the Lamex and out for a goal kick. There will be an element of adjusting here tonight because there have been a number of changes. Russell, Denny, Hardy, Thompson and Casanova all featured on Monday night. They all start this one on the bench. Here is Rodney for Crystal Palace. Just beyond the stretching Cardenas. Number 7, who plays for Trinidad and Tobago. Ashcroft with a really risky pass. Spurs are in trouble here, and it could so easily have been 2. Nascimento has put that one wide, much to the relief of Ty Ashcroft here, who played the pass. Well, that was certainly a let-off for Tottenham Hotspur. Now, Luka Gunter back in the under-21 setup. Great to see him back here, but you almost hope that by the end of August he's no longer around. Would be great to see him back out on loan somewhere. Was a standout performer, of course, in the Premier League 2 winning title season. Byfield to a Camrich. Trying to beat the fullback. Does come away with the throw-in. Interesting battle developing between those two. Benamar, the fullback, and a Camrich on that side of the field. Well, Kaya Madsen left a foot in there. The referee allowed the game to flow. And Palace didn't make the most of the chance because there was plenty of space in behind the Tottenham Hotspur defence. Rosewell's low ball doesn't quite make it through towards Reece Elliott-Paris. Palace have started the better of the two teams here. They're in full flow again, and they're into the penalty area. And it's a good block by Pele Arganese-McDermott, who stands up Agbenone. Couldn't prevent the corner, but he stopped the cross. And that's really all he had to do in that situation. That's a big up and under. Byfield comes across to defend. And Spurs get the decision. Well, Spurs played really positive front foot football on Monday night. They were pressing high up the field. And they looked a constant threat whenever they were in the final third. It hasn't been like that so far here. Camrich trying to get in on the flicked header from Reece Elliott-Paris. He can't do that. That's good pressure by Spurs. Here is Jamide, the centre-back, who was excellent last season in that 5-1 win for Crystal Palace in the league. Only 17 when Spurs played that day. Cardinez with a header, and Arganese-McDermott back there to find Luka Gunter. I'm pretty sure he learnt a lot last season when he was out on loan for the second half of it with Wealdstone in the National League. Was certainly kept pretty busy there. Kaya Madsen's touch is a good one to Luca Williams-Barnett. And there's just a bit too much on that for a Camrich who was trying to break free. It's a nice idea from Williams-Barnett. Well, here is Byfield, part of what is a new look back to, or centre-back pairing within the under-21s. Could be a bit of competition in there this season with Hardy around as well. Didn't really have that in the last campaign. Casanova often had to step in and cover in that centre-back area. But the defence have been caught out again here, playing a high line, and as a result conceding, just as they were on a few occasions in the game on Monday. Although, as is often the way with academy football, it's not just about the results. Perhaps the team are learning to play tactically in a new way. Here is Byfield playing a ball in behind, looking for Rosewell. A low cross in, very nearly made it through as well to Ollie Iro. Cleared away by Crystal Palace. Kyle Matton breaking clear, and a wonderful ball if there's somebody there to meet it. And this time there isn't, it rolls all the way through. Well, he's been very lively indeed in the early stages, Rio Kyle Matton, but there was nobody waiting for the ball. It'll be a busy weekend on Spurs play. Big game coming tomorrow lunchtime against Manchester City, so there'll be lots of good content for you to watch over the course of the weekend. And Spurs women also have a friendly match-up against Arsenal on Saturday. Should give you an idea of how the women's team is shaking up ahead of the new campaign, the WSL campaign kicking off in September, not too far away. Camrich looking for Rosewell, who has spent quite a bit of time in this first half, fairly far forward. I was a lot more orthodox in the game on Monday night for a right back. And that is the beauty of a Camrich, having played at full-back on a number of occasions, can step back and cover if Rosewell does fancy making his way into more forward areas. Williams Barnett, by his standards, it's been pretty quiet in the game so far. Comes across towards the left-hand side to get hold of the ball, wanted it back from Kaya Matson, but the 1-2 came back with a bit too much speed. Ashcroft had to avoid the challenge, but in doing so, he's given the ball away to Crystal Palace. Momentum of the attack breaks down. Ola Stacey with a vital touch in there. And Rio Kaya Matton is penalised for his challenge on Rodney. Nice dummy by the fullback, Benamar. And Marsh, the goal scorer, trying to hold off Byfield. And winning a free kick. And a yellow card as well for Janai Byfield. And he's going to have a bit more work to do here as Crystal Palace prepare to send in this free kick. Caden Rodney chipping one through, and it's well spotted by Luca Gunter. Smart to react and quick to launch it in the direction of Luca Williams-Barnett. Nudges the fullback Grant off of the ball. And tried to win a corner, but I think it hit the corner flag. It will be a throw. Well, it did look as though there could have been a whistle there from the referee for a foul on Olasesi, but our play continues, and it's still with Spurs, and it's Byfield. He's found Rosewell. Chance for him to break on. Camrich to deliver, and it's beyond everybody. And straight out for a goal kick. Well, it seemed so effortless in the game on Monday. All just seemed to click straight away. It certainly hasn't been like that here so far, although we have a long way to go. Well, the pass was loose, but it's picked up by Luke Brown, the captain. And he sends one over the top, and Gunter is the closest to it, and he thumps clear all the way through to his opposite number. Here is Luke Brown, who was on the pre-season tour of Austria with the first team. Really highly regarded by the Crystal Palace hierarchy. Kai Matten, Reece Elliott Paris. Arganese McDermott does well to get the ball. And that's a fabulous pass into Iro by Williams-Barnett. And a really strong challenge to take the ball away from him just in time. Well, this looked really promising for a moment for Spurs after excellent work by Arganese McDermott and Williams-Barnett. How about that for a challenge? Luke Brown takes the ball away. Spurs do have a corner. And it's floated into an area where the goalkeeper, Harrison Lee, can easily punch away. And Spurs will have to start all over again with a Camrich. Here's Olasesi. Yusuf for Camrich, trying his luck, sends one in low in the end, but Luca Williams-Barnett being the target couldn't control. Spurs have won themselves a corner. Camrich to deliver. He's looking for the flick. And Rosewell is still after it, having missed it at the front post. Does well to win it back. He does get the ball into the area. Byfield's header. Nobody there waiting in a Spurs shirt. Hooked away by Caden Rodney for Crystal Palace. Good spell this though for Tottenham Hotspur. Camrich. And on the opposite side to where he started, Ashcroft trying to get the ball into the box. Is denied the chance to do that. Spurs do have a throw-in. Kaya Matten. And Olasesi lifted straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Crystal Palace free kick is taken and sent across field to Cardenas, who is in an offside position. Well, a big feature of the game on Monday against Sunderland was Spurs, especially in the first half, really hustling to get after the ball. And it hasn't been like that here. They've not been setting those traps. And had a real hunger on that opening day, and it's about recreating that every single game week. And the idea with the under-21s and all of the new competitions that they have is trying to recreate men's football, and playing every Tuesday and every Saturday or twice a week. It was only 4 days ago that Spurs played, but they have to try and get that same intensity going. Arganese McDermott is now into the book. That means both of Spurs centre-backs are. On the chase to get there, sees Palace in again, and Gunter makes a stop, but he can't keep out the second attempt. And Marsh has a second of the night. Well, again, there was a strong suspicion of offside, but no flag, no whistle, and Crystal Palace were the quickest to react here. Sprinting away, off went Agbenone. Gunter did make the save, but he couldn't keep Marsh at bay. And it's Spurs 0, Palace 2. Well, he's an interesting case, Zach Marsh, because he made the step up last season to the under-21s, having been really prolific for the under-18s. But he struggled to make that step up into the next age group. And certainly started this season very well indeed. 2 goals on the night for Zach Marsh. And it's a long way back from here for Spurs, although a quick goal before the break, and that quickly changes all of that. Williams-Barnett trying to drive through midfield. And won't get beyond Dylan Reid. Byfield not taking any risks at all. And Grant, the fullback, gets the header away. And it's very tidy from Brown. And they have looked very good in defence, Crystal Palace. They have the captain, Brown, who was on that pre-season tour with the first team. Jamide, who we saw last season wearing 4. Looks like a big physical player who is more than capable of stepping up a level or two. Last season we saw with Crystal Palace, they had a really brilliant striker called Amola, who has just before this game been announced that he's heading off to Bromley in League Two for a loan spell there. They do have a habit of producing very good players, as Marsh gets the ball out from under his feet and Palace are attacking the Spurs defence again. Well, the suggestion here is that the Palace player was offside. Couple of decisions tonight, and both goals, in fact, where I think Spurs are asking the question, especially the first one. Crystal Palace corner. And it was a very good chance, but the whistle had already long blown. Gunter's long ball way over the head of a Camrich. Williams Barnett's pass finds Kaya Matson. Rosewell joining proceedings. Looks out to a Camrich, he can't bring the ball under control. And Jamide is a fairly significant wall to get through. And it's Palace who are attacking again, and it's Cardinez. And in a flash, Williams Barnett is back to recover the ball. Well, Stuart Lewis and Wayne Burnett on the side of the field here, working in tandem. And it's Crystal Palace who are giving Spurs more to think about at the back with another ball into the area. Cardinez sees that one headed away. Spurs are trying to inject a bit of energy into this performance before the break. And it is an old cliche, but a goal before half-time would certainly change the way that Spurs would look at this. As Yusuf Akamrich gets away, was brought down there. That was a foul. And there's nothing at all given by the officials. Well, Akamrich around the goalkeeper. I mean, they have a better angle than me, but it looked like it would have been a free kick anywhere else on the pitch. And if it's not a free kick, or what looked like it should have been a penalty, then you're suggesting it's a dive and there should have been a yellow card for a Camrich. Spurs looking to go again. Rosewell can't find Reece Elliott-Paris. He's barely seen anything of the ball in this first half, and you can't really get on his case too much because he hasn't had the service. It's Elliott-Paris who wins the free kick. And it's Olasesi dropping into the defensive line to find Iro with the pass. Olasesi, now Ashcroft. Oh, Jamide is happy to see the ball out of play. And Crystal Palace have a goal kick. Nice one back by Crystal Palace, who are breaking down the left-hand side here, trying to add another before the break themselves. And winning a corner. Big header away. Crystal Palace are going to get another go though here. Here is Reed. And Byfield covers Williams Barnett. Reece Elliott Paris tumbles. Nothing in the way of an appeal. A minimum of a minute to be added to the end of this game, so we should be close to the half-time whistle. Well, there is the whistle for half-time on Spurs play. And our under-21s are 2 behind here against Crystal Palace after 2 goals from Zach Marsh. Spurs 0, Palace 2 at the break. Williams Barnett gets us restarted for the second half. Well, it really didn't match up to the performance that we saw on Monday night in the first half here. The very different performance against Sunderland 4 days ago. Spurs were very on the front foot then, chasing hard, forcing the opposition into big mistakes. Not had that same level of intensity here. Have been a number of changes to the lineup. I wonder how long before we see the likes of Teenan Thompson and Reece Russell-Denny. Here is a Camrich trying to get a good ball into the area. It's flicked away by Drake Thomas, who's just arrived for the second half. And now Iro, well, he was looking for Reece Elliott Paris. Crystal Palace were able to get numbers back. They've turned that one away. Good interception by Caden Rodney. And Rio Kaya-Matson takes it short. Camrich there waiting, hammers one low. And it goes into the crowd of players inside the penalty area. And Marsh brings away, and there's space on the left, and now Crystal Palace will look to hit on the break, and Benamar will join the attack. He whips one right across that 6-yard box, and Gunter backpedaling is able to make the catch. Looking for Ollie Iro. Gunter doesn't find his man. It will drop here for Rio Kaya-Matson, who can spread one across towards Rosewell. Luca Williams-Barnett had made a really lovely run there, but a Camrich found the angle for that pass. Wasn't quite there. And Spurs number 10, Williams-Barnett, has been locked up in this game, hasn't been able to get onto the ball, and that's been of pretty big cost. Marsh able to poke away from these Spurs players who are trying to grab hold of it. And Benamar is flagged as offside. Camrich. Camrich will go for goal. It's a superb individual hit to get Spurs right back into it from Yusuf Camrich. Well, Spurs needed a flash of inspiration from somewhere, and they have just found it. Saw the gap, went for it, found it perfectly. Brilliant goal. Spurs 1, Palace 2. Our goals have a tendency to spark confidence, and Spurs could really do with some of that right now. And Yusuf Camrich injecting a flash of life into Spurs. Williams-Barnett won't get to that one. Again, it's that high defensive line, but this time Ashcroft is back and able to get the ball all the way through to Luka Gunter. Benamar, the fullback again. Good cutback too, and a really good chance. Well, it looked as though Spurs were about to see that 2-goal advantage restored for Crystal Palace. They managed to get enough bodies back in the end to make the block. Callum Olasese has lost his man. And Arganis McDermott and Byfield, with a bit of a lack of communication there, very nearly allowed Palace through. And as much as with this team we are seeing some wonderful attacking capability this season, there are some problems to iron out in defence. It's the very early stage of the season, of course. Plenty of time for that. That's a lovely turn. Reece Elliott Palace dropping deep, fabulous ball as well. And Luka Williams-Barnett was nearly away. It's a brilliant recovery by the England under-16 international, Jakes Thomas, who's just come on. I did say that goals will spark a bit of confidence. A bit more like it from Spurs. Williams-Barnett plays it short. The goal scorer, Camrich, looking to add another. Flings this one over the top and into the stand. Well, Nascimento was under some pressure, and so too in midfield for Spurs was Byfield, who was shoved to the deck by Zach Marsh. Camrich dragging the ball this way, then the other. Goes around the outside, gets the ball in, can't find a teammate. Byfield with a long crossfield ball. It's a brilliant pass. Iro can't get beyond his man. Cleared away by Grant. Arganis McDermott wrestling with Zach Marsh. I think they both had a say in that challenge, and then the referee has allowed the game to flow. And he certainly meant that one, James Rosewell. Elliott Paris can't get it, and Benamar will go back to his goalkeeper. And between Jamide and Brown, Palace are able to navigate over halfway. Fabulous ball over the top. Agbenone turns back on himself and has a look to see what's happening here. And he strikes, clatters the bar. Another chance for Palace, well blocked this time by James Rosewell. Spurs are riding their luck, but they're on their way at the other end. And a Camrich looking for Reece Elliott-Paris won't find his man. Well, we saw at the beginning of last season that this high defensive line takes a bit of adapting to. Ashcroft and Arganese McDermott have been around within the 21s for a while, but it's a new scene for Byfield. And Rosewell didn't play many games at the end of last season for the 21s. 3 games before the summer break. Nice ball with the outside of the boot from Reid. The Scotland under-20 internationals opened up the right-hand side of the pitch here. And it's Drake Thomas with a driving run. And Gunter, who gets vital fingertips to it. And Ola Cisse can send it on its way. It's a real quality crossfield ball to pick out, Drake Thomas. And the low delivery in looked like trouble for Spurs. It's been hacked away. And Luca Williams-Barnett glides past his man, sees what's ahead of him. Iro was arriving. He couldn't find Iro, though. But he still has it. Putting the pressure on the fullback, but he won't get beyond Grant. They will know all about Luca Williams-Barnett, most of this Crystal Palace team. And we'll get back to that in a minute. This was the chance that smacked against the bar. And Gunter may have got something to it. Not very much. A couple of changes coming for Spurs. Teenan Thompson, who looked really exciting against Sunderland on Monday, is about to arrive. We are seeing the end of Janai Byfield as well. And Reece Russell-Denny enters the action as well, replacing Elliott-Paris. And so you would imagine that Ollie Iro will revert back into that number 9 position, and that's the area that he's taking up at the moment. Now Spurs have some defending to do. And it doesn't seem to be that too many of the players understand who is playing at left back. It looked for a moment as though Spurs were switching to a 3 at the back. Question marks are being asked. I'm not sure the message was passed on. I think biggest concern for Spurs right now is dealing with this corner. Palace ball in, and a brilliant save in there from Luca Gunter. Does superbly well. And then it's hooked on its way by Russell-Denny. Well, this was Luca Gunter at his best. He's a really good shot stopper, and he had to be here from point-blank range. Crystal Palace have certainly had their chances to score goal number 3. So Rosewell has moved into centre-back. Camrich on the right-hand side here, driving on. Reece Russell-Denny, with too much on that. Had plenty waiting for the cross. So it's Ashcroft at right-back. Rosewell and Arganese McDermott in the middle. And Reece Russell-Denny playing as the number 8. Just in front of Callum Olasese as it was on Monday night. Deep across this time. Kai Matten gets ahead to it. Not the first time we've seen him play in a fullback position. Played as a right wing-back during the Premier League 2 winning campaign. He drives up into midfield now, so it's that hybrid role on the left-hand side of the defence for Kai Matten. Camrich on the ball now. Darts in field, already has one in the game. He's going for another, and it bounced awkwardly for the goalkeeper, Harrison Lee, but he has pushed away. Ashcroft went up for the header. Referee will have to stop the game, not for a foul, but a collision of heads. And we'll have a pause in the game. Well, Camrich with a really good opening here, not too dissimilar from his goal. Looking for his second of the night. And the goalkeeper saw that very late, made a good save. It has to be the way for Youssoufa Camrich this season. About to turn 20 in September, that we start to see a bit more consistency from him. I certainly feel he's capable of providing it. Brilliant goal from him to give Spurs a chance here. And he looks like he could be the one in this match that could really drag Spurs forward. Well, Spurs have made a fair few changes, and Wayne Burnett and Stuart Lewis will take the opportunity here to just try and get some messaging across to the players. It's a big half an hour coming up. Start of the season is a brilliant opportunity to build some momentum. Wayne Burnett will know that. I think we have got a very good group here. They are young, there will be ups and downs, but even just a point here by the end of the campaign could prove to be very valuable indeed. It's not about winning the league, as you may remember from a couple of seasons back, as much as that's a good look. It's about getting into the playoffs. Top 16 teams in the league will do that. And then you go from there. So plenty of time to develop over the season for these players. And it's in these moments when you are behind, when you are chasing, and when you have made mistakes that you will learn the biggest lessons. Teenan Thompson can deliver. Doesn't find a teammate this time. Ashcroft does well to win it, but Palace smashed that one away. Russell-Denny and a Camrich to send the cross in. And it wasn't well cleared, but Crystal Palace get very lucky. Camrich driving again, more than happy to come in field on his left foot. Can also go the other way and out on the right. Russell-Denny looking for Ashcroft, won't get to the pass. Rosewell, Camrich, Ashcroft is the runner. Blocked well by Caden Rodney. Really do sense there is a chance for Spurs to get back into this one. Camrich driving on, looking for the deflection, gets it, and also gets a corner. Camrich digs that one out. Doesn't find a teammate. Williams, Barnett. Tina Thompson now. He's shoved out of play. Laid on a brilliant goal in the Sunderland match. Opening goal of the night for Ollie Iro. Nice to see that connection get a really early start. Williams, Barnett. Looked a bit off the pace here tonight. He's given the ball away. And, well, the referee tried to play an advantage. He's pulled play back here for a shove on the Crystal Palace player. And it's one of those free kicks that sits in a really good area, because you've got the capability to get it up and down from here, but you can go right or left. Difficult one for Luca Gunter to prepare for. It will be Dylan Reid, although Benamar certainly looks as though he fancies it. Reid will go in Benamar's direction. One up from the training ground, and it very nearly works out. It was just beyond the sliding Luke Brown at the far post. Luckily for Spurs, very well worked. The arrival at the far post a bit too late though. Good pressure from Spurs in midfield, and that's what Reece Russell-Denny will add in there. Thought about the whistle, the referee. Allows play to flow. Camrich into Reece Russell-Denny. Nice ball across the face. And touched away by Drakes Thomas and out for a Spurs corner. Well, Spurs are really at it now. What can Thompson do from here? It's Teenan Thompson to deliver the corner for Spurs. And it's comfortable for Harrison Lee. That's a nice ball through and a good dummy. Reece Russell-Denny looking for someone at the far post. Nobody arrives. Camrich all the way to the other side. Teenan Thompson, skillfully done. Oliaro scampers across, he's won it back. Olasesi slips it through. Chance for Spurs. Iro sees that one well blocked. Big punch away by Luka Gunter. Gets the corner clear. Big 20 minutes coming up here for Tottenham Hotspur. And it's one of those games where you feel as though the next goal will really have a big impact. Ashcroft, Reece Russell-Denny. Really think he's going to be a major player for this Spurs under-21 group this season. Rosewell to a Camrich. He looks like the one. He's not been afraid to have a go at the Palace defence. Loses it this time, but I don't think that would stop the confidence from Camrich trying another move whenever he's given the ball. Ashcroft has done well. Wrestles the ball away. And Camrich can't find a way through the midfield. Rodney steals it back. It's a bit scrappy all of a sudden, the game. Teenan Thompson has it. Driving, delivering, only to see it headed away by the impressive Brown at the back. Agbenone. Marsh. He's on a hat-trick. It's Zach Marsh for Crystal Palace, and he's got it. Well, he scored one against Spurs a couple of years back. What a start to the season for Zach Marsh. 3 for the night. Spurs 1, Crystal Palace 3. While Spurs were exposed at the back, chasing the game at the other end. And Marsh looking sharp, finding the spot. Well, he's had a couple of problems with injury since being within the academy, Zach Marsh, and well, he seems to have shaken off those problems, got himself back to his best after being so prolific for the under-18s. It's another problem, though, with a number 9 for Spurs, who conceded a hat-trick to Ogunsoyi for Sunderland on opening night. Well, he came across to the side of the field a moment ago, Marsh, to hand over his shin pads. And the referee has told him to get those back in. Game is far from done for Spurs. Just going to have to be very careful at the back. Tottenham Thompson cuts it back. And the two Spurs players in each other's way. Not sure that Reece Russell-Denny knew that a Camrish was around. Tottenham Thompson can't link up with Luca Williams-Barnett. Thompson has won it back. Rio Kaya-Matten can't find the angle towards that top corner. Tried to curl one towards it. And Harrison Lee, the goalkeeper, making the save. Good challenge by Thompson. One really nice aspect of his play since being in with the under-21s has been the way that he has been happy to get back and cover in defensive areas. Really good sign for him as he looks ahead to what might be his future. And it's very much the way in modern football, defending from the front. Tottenham Thompson drags the ball under his foot. Time to have another go at the fullback. And it was a bit too heavy.
Spurs substitutions. Coming off the field, number 4, McDermott.
Marguerite McDermott will make way to be replaced here by Malachi Hardy. And Callum Logan is ready to go as well. And he comes on for Rio Kaya-Matten.
Coming onto the field, number 17, Callum Logan.
Reece Russell-Denny trying to get in on goal. Unable to do that. We haven't seen much service for Oliairo since he's made that move from the wing into a more central area. And Nascimento is driving on here for Crystal Palace. And first Spurs have some defending to do. Ashcroft's ball. And Reece Russell-Denny runs out of pitch. And they continue to defend ever so well. Crystal Palace Spurs really going to have to be at their best. And we're seeing a number of last season's under-18s on the field, the likes of Hardy and Williams-Barnett. And this is the challenge that they have to step up to, the level they need to get to. Ashcroft driving on, just about escapes the sliding challenge, still going. Decent ball as well, and Luca Williams-Barnett stretching, can't send it into an area that challenges the keeper. It's a brilliant ball by Ashcroft. Not being Williams-Barnett Knight, and that was a tough one to try to control.
Palace substitution.
Now Crystal Palace will make a change, and Caden Rodney goes. On comes Gibbard.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Due to unforeseen circumstances, exit 7, which is to your left, will not be open at the end of today's match. Therefore, to leave the ground today, please follow Show's instructions towards exit 5, which is to your right, and exit 6, which is near the centre of the stand. Thank you.
There's plenty of room here for a Camrich, and that's a wonderful takedown and a ball in. And finally some service for Oliairo, but he can't test the goalkeeper. How about that for a touch? Well, this Spurs group are back in action on Tuesday night when they play in the Virtue Trophy, the EFL Trophy on Tuesday. And they're playing Bristol Rovers. And looking at the group this time around, there's a genuine chance that our under-21s could make it through into the next stage and into the knockouts, which would be a really wonderful test. Cheltenham are one of the other teams, and Plymouth too in the group. Both Bristol Rovers and Cheltenham struggling at the wrong end of League Two. I think this group could really challenge those two. It's a quick turnaround, and they have the weekend to think about it. They've got 5 minutes here to try and force their way back into this game. Flag goes up from the assistant on the far side. Callum Logan gets the ball back into play. Wayne Burnett demanding a bit of energy from the side of the field. It's all about digging in now. Camrich fizzes one across the face of goal. It very nearly landed. Spurs had plenty coming in, and they just weren't quite able to get there. Hardy going all the way back. Back to goalkeeper Luca Gunter. Whistle blows. And the Palace player here will need a spot of treatment before he can continue. That's a wonderful ball in by Camrich. And you can see instantly the Crystal Palace player pulled up, holding his knee as well. Well, there will be ups and downs over the season for this young group. Would be a significant up if they could grab anything from this game. Last chance to really do that. They need to ramp up quickly. There is Darren Powell, the coach of the Palace under-21 team. And it looks as though in their first game of the season in the league, they are about to get their first 3 points. Unless Spurs can do something pretty dramatic. Teenan Thompson with it. Waits for the overlapping run. Logan providing that. Who got the final touch? The Crystal Palace player did. Spurs corner. They're looking to take it quickly, and they have. Teenan Thompson darts this way and that. Nice ball in, and it dropped kindly for Crystal Palace. Reece Russell-Dennis so good in the tackle. Doesn't have much in the way of support ahead of him. He's going to have to go alone. Williams Barnett, Ollie Iro. He's scored again. Here we go. Grab 2 on the opening night. It's 3 for the season now for Ollie Iro. Lovely flowing Spurs move. Williams Barnett with a clever touch, but look at this, waited for the timing of the defender to open his legs, and then he just rolls it beautifully into the corner. Very smart goal. Ollie Iro has given Spurs a chance here to grab something from this game when it looked as though we were done. Interesting final few moments coming up here on Spurs Play. Well, Rosewell not taking any risks at all with Marsh around. Will his hat-trick be enough? Palace carry us to the 90.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 7 additional minutes at the end of the second half. 7.
Well, that is music to the ears of the Spurs players. 7 minutes. Time enough to get up to the other end. Score an equaliser. Might even be time for a winner. Here is Thompson. Feeds one in behind. Reece Russell-Denny is there looking for Iro, and he was so close to finding him as well. Reaction from Ollie Iro tells you that. Nearly brilliant. Well intercepted though by Jamide. Tottenham Thompson curling a ball. And Palace head one away. Williams Barnett. Well, his assist that led to Iro's goal, and his throw against Reece Russell-Denny away, but he's well marshalled by Jamide. I think he will be a name to remember. Hardy comes through to win it for Spurs. Rosewell back to Gunter. Probably was a foul there. No whistle. Nascimento happy to take it down towards the corner. Just under 5 minutes to go. Ball is still in play. Jamide's done well. This is promising here for Crystal Palace. Benone still going. And Gunter grabs hold. Can't really afford to hang around. Launches one away, and it's one to chase for Tottenham Thompson. Clearance away from the goalkeeper finds Williams Barnett. Snapping in straight away to whip the ball away from him. He's onto it now, though. Slides the pass. Tottenham Thompson looking to get clear, and he was very nearly beyond the Palace defence. He's got pace to burn, but he just couldn't quite get there. And it rolls away. Well, there was a push, a big push in the back of Olasese. Probably time for one more chance if we're realistic for Spurs. Have to make this next attack forwards count. Russell-Denny's made a big impact since arriving onto the field. So close to providing the assist for an equalising goal. Tottenham Thompson, he's lost it, he's won it back. Williams Barnett slips the pass. It will come to Ashcroft. Well, he saw glory when there were others waiting, and well, the suggestion from Russell-Denny and Akamrich is the pass should have come here. Callum Logan frantically goes forward, but he was loose with the pass. Down into the corner go Crystal Palace. Into the final 45 seconds. Off goes a Camrich. Needs a helping hand. That's a devilish ball in. And Williams Barnett was arriving, but it was too close to the goalkeeper. Hardy wins it. Rosewell rising. And there is the final whistle. Spurs have given this a good go, tried their hardest to get back into it right at the end of the game, but the fight back came a bit too late and the damage was already done. It's the first defeat of the season in Premier League 2 for Wayne Burnett's side, and it's a win for Crystal Palace in their first match of the season. It finishes here, Spurs under 21s 2, Crystal Palace 3.